Hello guys, what's going on? In today's video I want to talk about marketing and I want to talk about PR. I've touched on that already in a few of my previous videos, for instance in the one that I talked about Origin and I think in the one where I talked about Microsoft buying Mojang. I've put those two links just down in the description so you can watch that again if you want, but I really felt it's time to do a video just about marketing and the role that it plays in the video game industry. The main reason that kind of put the final drop in my barrel of anger, if you want, and made it overflow basically, was Alex Amancio, I think that's his name, Alex Amancio's comment. He is the creative director of Assassin's Creed Unity, which will come out rather soon, and just a few days ago he said the following: "For Assassin's Creed Unity, 30 frames per second were our goal. It feels much more cinematic, 60 FPS are great for a shooter, but for action-adventure games, not so much. It actually feels much better for people when it's all at 30 FPS. And I mean, guys, who would believe something like this? Honestly, when I read things like that, it just makes me angry. Because can you imagine that Ubisoft is sitting there and they have Assassin's Creed in front of them and it runs with smooth, constant 60 FPS, that anyone would say, oh yeah, you know what, we're gonna scale it down to 30 because that's much more cinematic. Nobody would ever do that because that doesn't make any sense. 30 FPS is playable, no question, there's nothing wrong with it, but 60 FPS should be the standard. And I don't understand why companies like Ubisoft cannot come forward and say, look, we tried to make the game run with 60 FPS on next-gen consoles, the hardware doesn't really support it, so it's running at 30, it still looks really amazing, it runs at a constant 30 FPS, it's very playable, so hope you enjoy it, we did what we can, thank you very much, see you next time." Right? I mean, what's wrong with that? If someone tells me that, it's on eye level. I can imagine where they're coming from. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's all right. You tried what you could. It didn't run with 60, so that's fine. That's okay. There is nothing wrong with that. But it makes it just so much worse if you come out with a message like the one that I just read and lie about it and try to sell all your fans as complete retards. Right? Because that's the feeling it gives me. It gives me the feeling that you think I'm completely stupid believing this kind of crap. The other example that I had in another video with like Microsoft buying Mojang, where then Microsoft comes forward and they're like, oh yeah, we just did this for the fans, we want to make the game even better for the fans because the fans are what makes Minecraft great. And it's like, dude, no, you didn't. You did it, so you can shovel money back in your pockets and you already have the calculation on your desk that says how long it will take until your investment of how many billions ever is back in your pocket. Right? So don't lie about it. Just be honest about it. There's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with making a game run with 30 FPS on a console. It's absolutely fine. Another example of this is like all these Let's Plays that you see recently, right? Like Frankie, I don't know if you're familiar with his channel. He's like this DayZ guru guy, He's very popular with his DayZ videos, gets millions of views. So recently he starts to play these free-to-play games on Steam, which are rather shit, to be honest. And he plays like Vampire Hunter and stuff. And I'm looking at these videos and I'm like, okay, that's a paid promotion, right? But it's not labeled as such. Why are you not labeling this video as a paid promotion? And if I would comment underneath and say, dude, that's paid promotion, then he probably either wouldn't just get back to me, or he's just like, no, it's not. Right? And then the discussion is ended. And I cannot prove to him that it's paid promotion, but I'm personally disgusted by this kind of behavior. I'm just disgusted by whether it's companies or YouTube channels or anyone really lying about their shit. I understand that companies try to create a reputation to the outside world that is better than what's happening actually behind the scenes. Because to be honest, every company that I worked for before, they have a much better reputation than they actually are. Once you are behind the scenes and part of the machine, you realize it's a bit shitty, but obviously you can't communicate that. So to an extent, I can understand it. But the way it's happening in the games industry recently, where there's just like outright lying about everything, and you have things where everyone obviously sees you had to limit the frames per second to 30 because the hardware doesn't support it. Everyone who can count to 3 understands that. but you are lying to me about it. So why are you doing this? So I just can encourage everyone who thinks like me, who shares these thoughts, on one hand to share the video, maybe leave a comment, share your thoughts underneath, but at the same time, if you see something like this, give the video a thumb down and just say, dude, label your content as a paid promotion, and then it's fine, because there's nothing wrong with getting a paid promotion, but label it correctly. And the only way we can do something about it is by just every single person who sees something like this, keep your mind open. If you feel it's a paid promotion, flag it up, make your voice heard, and maybe in the long run we can change it a little bit. So anyway, guys, I didn't want to talk too much about it. These were my thoughts. I'm sorry I'm doing all these rant videos recently, but that's just what's going through my mind at the moment. So I hope you still enjoyed it. You can leave me a like if you did. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. I'm out. Bye.